皆さんこんにちは、朝です。僕の生徒の多くは英語がわからないときに I don't understand と言ったりするんですが、毎回 I don't understand と言うとちょっとマンネリになってしまいます。じゃあ代わりに何と言えばいいんでしょうか。今回の動画ではおすすめのフレーズを7つ紹介したいと思います。一番興味深いと思うのは第2番のフレーズで、一番おすすめするのは第6番と第7番のフレーズになります。よろしくお願いします。一つ目のフレーズは The first phrase is I don't get it. It's pretty straightforward. The meaning is the same as I don't understand, but it's more casual. It's less formal. I shared in this video that shorter words tend to be more casual and longer words tend to be more formal. Now let's compare understand to get. Understand. Get. Pretty short, right? Now, why does get it mean understand? Well, get it has the image of その情報、それを受け取ったイコール理解した。So if you don't get something, その情報を受け取れなかったっていうのは理解しなかったっていう意味になります。なっちゃん。
I don't get it.
You know, get it can mean a lot of different things depending on the situation, right? I think I should make a video about that in the future. If I do, I'm going to probably put it up here, or you can find it in the description box below. 余談ですけど、ちょっと面白い話があります。Well, at least I think it's interesting for me. So, my dad, when he was in college, he had kind of a joke phrase he said with his friends. He said, get it, got it, don't lose it. Now, no one actually really says this, and this is more like an oyaji gag. It's more like a dad joke, but it's a joke on the meaning of get it. So remember how get originally means to receive, uketoru, morau means to get something, right? Well, the opposite of that is nakusu. It's to lose something. So in this case, it means wakatta? Honto ni? Wasurenai de. And in this situation, the lose it means wasureru. Now, people don't actually normally use lose it to mean wasureru, but this is just kind of a joke in this phrase. And even though native speakers don't really use this phrase, it's just kind of like a private joke. I'd be happy if you used it one time. ちなみに世界とつながるムーブメントの会員は今回のレッスンの例文と実践課題と会員限定の例文の発音練習もゲットできます。ぜひ世界とつながるムーブメントの会員の皆さんご利用ください。Alright, the next phrase is I'm not getting it. なっちゃん、
I'm not getting it.
Oh, Huh? I don't get it? と I'm not getting it? 朝どう違うの? Well, the base is still the same. It's the word get, right? Get it, meaning understand. So in both of these cases, it just means I don't understand. But the difference is in the get and getting. In general, I'm not getting it is softer, a little bit more kind way to say it. Now, why is that? The key is that getting is the 現在進行形. Now, okay, let's get out of this 従来の英語教育 stuff. If you say 現在形、現在完了形、現在進行形, it all gets really confusing. そのイメージがあんまりわかないと思います。When I was doing 留学 at 青山学院大学, I took a class comparing Japanese and English linguistics. And the teacher taught me a lesson about 現在進行形 that made it really easy to understand the image and the feeling of it. So in traditional English education, what you call the 現在進行形 is actually closer to something like a 未完了形, something that's not done. It's not decided. It's still continuing. The result is up in the air. By the way, do you know what the phrase up in the air means? I'll share it at the end of this video. So when you're saying I'm not getting it, what you're actually saying is わからないということがまだ未完了っていう印象で it's not done, it's not completed yet. You're still more open to what the other person is saying. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're hanging out with a friend and they recommend a song for you to listen to. And they take out their phone and you guys listen to it right there. Now, you're not expecting it to be a really good song, but when you listen to it, actually, this song is pretty good. You're kind of surprised that it's good. And you don't know how the whole song will go. You haven't listened to the whole song, but up to this point, you like it. In this situation, you can say, I'm liking this. What that means is that I haven't listened to the whole song. It's not completely decided, but up until now, well, I like it. And you say this because you're open to being wrong or you're open to your opinion changing at the end. It's kind of like in Japanese, you would say, これ好きかも. That 好きかも is like, I'm liking this. But if you've already decided that you definitely like this and you don't need to listen to any more, then you can just say, I like this. Let me give you another example too. And this one has to do with McDonald's. So many years ago when I was younger, the catchphrase, the slogan of McDonald's was, I'm loving it. Now, why was that? It's because in the United States, McDonald's had a reputation for being really low quality, not being very delicious, and just not a good place. And so the image was people would go to McDonald's, have some of their food and think, whoa, これ好きかも. 意外に美味しい. Oh, actually, this is pretty good. That's why it's I'm loving it, not I love it. You've only tasted one menu item. You haven't tasted all of them, but the one you're trying now, well, you love it. And so this is the key why I'm not getting it is nicer than I don't get it. If you say I don't get it, it means you don't understand it. It's done. It's decided. There's no future for you to actually understand it. But if you say I'm not getting it, well, that means right now you don't get it. But maybe if the other person tells you more, maybe you'll understand it. It's more open to the future. 結構奥が深いですね. The third phrase I want to share with you is similar. It's, I'm not sure I get it. Now, this is even a little bit more polite, a little bit nicer than I'm not getting it. Because this I'm not sure, this not sure part means maybe, it means a possibility, but it's just a polite way of saying you don't understand. I think in Japanese too, but in English, saying maybe or I'm not sure, a lot of times is just a nice, polite way to say no. Like in Japanese, when you disagree with someone, but you don't want to say it directly, you'll say, そうかもしれない or something かもしれない, right? Really? I hope so. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments below. Saying maybe or I'm not sure is a nice way to say no when you don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. All right, Na-chan, third time.
I'm not sure I get it.
What? Really? Now, these three ways are nice ways. Let's look at a couple more direct, more emotional ways to say, I don't know. The next one on our list is, I don't have a clue. Now, why does this mean I don't understand? Clue in Japanese means 手がかり. And so what this basically means is 手がかりがないぐらい全くわからないという意味です。もう無理。もうこれどう頑張っても全くわからないっていうちょっと気持ち的な、感情的な言い方です。So a lot of times people use this phrase when they're a little bit frustrated. They're trying to understand, but they can't understand. So, I give up. I don't have a clue. Something like that. Hey, Na-chan. Did you understand?
I don't have a clue.
What? Now, phrase number 5 is even more emotional. It's, I have no clue what you're talking about. This actually sounds a little bit more harsh, a little bit more kitsui than I don't have a clue. Why is that? Because it has what you are saying. あなたが言ってること。さらに細かく具体的に説明してるから、ドンとくるんですね。Normally, when you want to be polite, you say things indirectly, but you're saying, I don't have a clue what you're saying. You're being very straight, very direct. And especially when you're frustrated, this is a good phrase to use. Actually, my wife says this phrase to me a lot. Okay, Na-chan, this is the 10th time. You don't get it?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
What? Okay, so phrases 1 to 5 were very useful, I think, but I recommend phrases 6 and 7 more. Now, before I share that, I want to share why I recommend these phrases. So phrases 1 to 5 are not really any problem. I mean, they mean わからない. That's what they mean, no problem. But they're not really great for real conversation. Now, why is that? If you just say, I don't know, I don't understand, I don't get it, well, the conversation just stops there. It's like the conversation is going and then, I don't understand, stop. The other person is like, oh, okay, well, what do we do? But real communication isn't just about saying words. It's about communicating the messages that you have. It's about sharing your heart. And so the important thing is to continue the conversation, to talk in a way that makes the conversation go forward. And these phrases 6 and 7, do that. So let's look at them now. Number 6 is going to be, can you say that again? Now, this isn't saying, I don't understand or I didn't catch that, but it's asking the other person to repeat. So the meaning inside of it is that you didn't understand or you didn't catch what they said, but it makes them say something. It makes the other person continue a little bit more. And this isn't really an embarrassing thing. Native speakers say this all the time. I say it all the time. My friends say it all the time. We use it. It's no problem. But what if they repeat something and you still don't understand? All right, Na-chan, ready?
Mm-hmm. Can you say that again? Okay.
Still don't get it?
No.
In that case, you can use phrase number 7. What do you mean by that? This phrase, what do you mean by that, asks the person for the meaning of what they said. Instead of just saying, I don't understand, and ending it here, you're asking them to explain the meaning. You're helping them continue the conversation, and you're checking that you understand correctly. And it shows the other person that you're trying to understand, that you haven't given up. It's actually a very good phrase to use.
What do you mean by that?
I love you.
Okay. Love you too.
Oh, thank you. All right, so we looked at all 7 phrases. Now, what about that phrase up in the air? What does that mean? It's up in the air means that it's not decided yet. The image is that you're flipping a coin and it's still in the air. You know, when the coin lands, it's going to be heads or tails and you're going to know the result. But while it's in the air, you don't know if it'll be heads or tails. You don't know the result. And that's why up in the air means undecided.
Did you get the contract?
Nah, it's up in the air. They still haven't decided yet.
Okay, I hope you get it.
Yeah, me too. Anyways, I hope this lesson was helpful for you, but there's a big problem that many people have. ほとんどの方はこの動画を見て、参考になった、勉強になった、面白いと思ってすぐに次の動画を見てしまいます。英語学習は趣味であればそれは問題ないんですけど、実際に使えるにはあんまり役に立ちません。ほとんどの方は英語を勉強していろんなフレーズを学んで、そのフレーズを暗記したり、学んだりして、多分口に出して発音の練習もしたりするかもしれないんですけど、いきなり外国人と対面するってなると頭が真っ白になって言葉が出てこないままになります。具体的にどうしたら学んだ英語を実際に使えるようになるんでしょうか？もしあなたは今の英語学習で満足している場合は、Well, that's great. ぜひこちらの動画をご覧ください。You can keep on studying there. でも、もしあなたは外国人と実際に話せるようになりたい、世界とつながりたいと思っている場合は、ぜひ無料ガイドをゲットしてください。大変お役に立てると思います。詳しくは You can click up here or you can click the link below this video. As always, enjoy your English adventures. 一緒に世界とつながりましょう。See you next time. Stop it. I need to do this. 見ないようにしてるでしょ。Okay, Na-chan, this is the 10th time, okay?